Guys, need a favor for you to start this show. I'm heading to the game. Got a flight in about 7-8 hours from now. Wife told me, can't go to the game because I need you to watch Preston tomorrow, our son, unless you get 250 comments on this video before you get on the plane. So, I don't know, I'm asking you to help me. Just comment anything. Comment Go Blue, but if you want to add just like one enter, two enter, like 50 comments, no problem with that at all. I need 250 comments before I board the plane. Let's just make them all go blue so the Michigan State fans who have been flooding this show's comments know who's going to dominate the game tomorrow. Great show for you. Coming up, our Michigan football Instagram Q&A. Let's go. All right, so thanks for commenting there. If you haven't yet, just go down, comment something. Just type in your name, whatever you want, your age. I don't care, but got to get to 250 before 8:30 p.m. Eastern on Friday. First question coming up on our Instagram Q&A from Sean at CoachStew33 on the gram. What are the chances versus the Buckeyes? I see some chinks in their armor. Well, I think the mainstream, the social justice warrior outlawed, canceled that term, chinks in the armor, 8 years ago with Jeremy Lin. So I know what you mean, though. But Sean, you're my boy here. Thank you for the question. I don't know what flaws anyone can see in Ohio State at this point. I'm going to come out there and say this. When you look at these stats, total offense, this is their offense, number 5 in the country. They're not passing the ball much in the second half. I think they could be easily number 1 passing offense in the country if they were just airing it out like they were last year. But they've got the best rushing attack, number 3 in the country. But in all reality, they have the best rushing attack in the country and are scoring the most points of any team in the country. Folks, if Ohio State had started the season, let's just say number 2 or 3, and Clemson and Alabama hadn't come back with their very much, hyped up all-world quarterbacks and coaches that had dominated the sport the last few years, let's just say Ohio State made the CFP last year, made the playoff and lost. Urban Meyer was still their coach. They had the bluster and the hype coming in preseason, and they weren't, I don't know what they were, number 5, number 6 preseason. We would be talking about this Ohio State team as not the best team in the Big Ten, not the number 2 team in the country. There would be conversations right now that this is the greatest college football team of all time. And repeat to yourself. We have never seen domination like this, in my opinion, and I think the stats line it up. When you look at their defense, we saw their offense, number 5 in the country, number 1 scoring offense in the country, the number 1 defense in the country, the number 1 pass defense in the country, the number 6 in rushing. Okay, great. And of course, the number 1 points scoring defense in the country at just a smidge over a touchdown. If a team got a touchdown and then a safety against Ohio State, that would be more points than their average, folks. So I don't want to say Michigan doesn't have a chance. I know Michigan's won games where people have doubted them in the past. It hasn't happened recently, certainly not in the last 20 seasons, but you went to the 90s. 1992, 1995, 1996, a stretch from 95 to 97 where Michigan beat a top 4 Ohio State team 3 straight years. 2 of those teams, 95, 96, Ohio State was wildly favored and undefeated both years, walking into the Bowl Alliance. It was the BCS, I think, right? No, it was not the BCS 95, 96. It was the Bowl Alliance. They were going to play for a national title both those years. Michigan won the game, and not a very good Michigan team, a 2-3 loss Michigan team both years. So it can happen. 1969, Ohio State in a 22-game winning streak, defending national champions. Bo Schembechler won against number 1 Ohio State his first year. So it can happen. But it will take the best game Jim Harbaugh's ever coached, the best game Shea Patterson's ever played, and the worst game for Ohio State to play this season for Michigan to win this game. Not a lot of questions on this Q&A about Michigan State. No one seems to be very interested about this game coming up on Saturday. A lot of the questions, almost overwhelmingly, were on Ohio State. So a lot of stuff on Ohio State this episode. But before we get to the rest of the questions, I want to give a shout out to Keith Walls. I want to play the rap, the beat, the horn. We have a winner, our first one of the year, Keith K. Walls on Facebook. Make sure you're going to follow the page, facebook.com/Harbaugh Go Blue. I didn't choose the name. The bureaucrats at Facebook picked it for us. $25 winner. So, Keith, what I need you to do, we messaged you yesterday on Facebook in the comments. but a page just can't message people. So message the page there, Keith. We'll get your Venmo information. I'll send you 25 bones, straight cash, homie, from my pocket to yours. And I'm going to give you guys all the opportunity to do it for Michigan State. But here is the spread right here. Over-under is 45 points. Michigan is favored by 13.5. I feel this is a little bit low because I don't know how Michigan State's going to score more than 10 points on Michigan. So if it's a 24-10 points, that's a 35 over-under. Is just kind of how I think about these things. So I think Michigan's going to cover the spread. I think it's going to be something by 31-7, 31-10, somewhere in those lines. But want to know you guys' score prediction if you answer it correctly below in the comments. We will Venmo you $25, just like we're going to do Keith, who correctly predicted the score from Michigan, Maryland, on the Facebook page. So $25 via Venmo to the first correct score, Michigan State, Saturday, high noon in Ann Arbor. Don't miss out on this opportunity to win. Next question from Leon Adams at LLAdam21. Will the defense play more zone against Ohio State? And although I don't appreciate Don Brown giving Ohio State bulletin board material and not having any self-awareness of how bad his defense has done against the better offenses that he's faced in his time at Michigan, 2017 Penn State, 2018 Ohio State in particular. Don Brown is the first coach in Michigan history to give up 30 points 3 straight years. First defensive coordinator to give up 30 points 3 straight years against Ohio State. But the defense this year, after everyone wanted to throw Don Brown under the bus against Wisconsin, where they got absolutely shredded in that game, much of it on the ground, this defense is putting up stats that will, if they continue them, will be better than the stats Michigan put up when they had the number 1 defense for the first 11 weeks of the 2018 season in the country. Now, those 2018 stats were flawed at the end because they got boat raced, gave up 50 points a game over the last 2 games. Ohio State and the bowl game versus Florida gave up 500, 600 yards. Ohio State, Florida did whatever they want. So at the time, Michigan's defense was a little bit better through 9 games last year. But if these stats hold true, the 2019 defense could end up being Don Brown's best defense statistically, but you're going up against a juggernaut in Ohio State in a couple weeks. Not sure what will happen in the bowl game. Those stats should get better, actually, against Michigan State. I don't expect Michigan State to put up a ton of yards, put up 94 at home last year. Maybe get a similar performance out of the Michigan defense this year, given that they've proven they can put up those type of stats. So I think Don Brown's going to play more zone. And then maybe that was the question. I'll come back to the original question, right? Like the producers in my ear, get to the point, you jackass. Okay, so Don Brown finally has played zone this year. It has happened for the first time in his 4 seasons at Michigan. You've seen it. Really, Army and Wisconsin were outliers, but as Michigan's gone more into the regular Big Ten season against teams that have a little more pass-happy offenses, you've seen Don Brown go into zone for the first time. It's not that 6 guys rushing the quarterback, 5 guys on an island, one-on-one coverage. So I think, yes, he has learned from his mistakes. 2017, they get blown out by Penn State. 2018, Don Brown says he thinks about that game every single day, shut down the Penn State offense completely. Don't think it's going to happen against Ohio State, shut him down, but I think he's going to take that blowout, that embarrassment, that stain on his resume, and come up with something at least creative. And you won't see Ohio State's number 4 receiver streaking across the field on a Michigan linebacker on a 60-yard crossing route, catch and run for a score like you did ad nauseum in the 3rd and 4th quarter of the game last year. Folks, you saw the spread, 13.5. I am just putting dollar bills, y'all. If you see me at one of the local bars buying bottle service after the game tomorrow night, you're going to know why, because I put big time cash on BetDSI. You can too on the Wolverines. Promo code GOBLUE. Bet any game in college football, NBA, NFL, little Lions-Cowboys action coming on Sunday. chatsports.com/bet. Promo code GOBLUE. 120% deposit bonus. Quick math. Put in 100, extra 120. Put in 300, do the quick math, get an extra 360. Boom. Math. Genius right here. Next question coming up. Brandon Gearson. Thanks for the question. Thanks for the follow, Brandon. Appreciate it. You've been following for a while. Why have we put the alternate uniforms on yet? Good question, right? It's been 2.5 seasons since Michigan's done anything with the uniforms. They're still putting on those ugly-ass road uniforms, which I absolutely hate. I know most of you guys hate them as well, the all-white uniforms. Bring back something creative. Put the blue pants, put the maize pants that they did forever. But these made the rounds on Twitter a couple days ago. Thought I'd show them to you, thought I'd put them on there. Nothing official. These are a concept. I'm sure these are a fan. It's not really that creative of a design. It's basically taking an in-action shot of, I think, is that Karan Higdon in the 22, whatever it is, in the Florida game where they wore the maize jerseys for the first time ever, the all maize uniforms, and changing the pant color from maize to blue. But I think these would be sweet. I saw a lot of people on Twitter and social media say, these should be our new road uniforms. Well, it doesn't work that way, unfortunately. Michigan has to wear white uniforms, white jerseys at least, on the road unless them and the team come up with some agreement. Or what I think Michigan and Ohio State should do, I don't know why this has ever been done. I love the USC-UCLA game where both teams wear their home uniforms every year. One team pays like a $5,000 fine to the Pac-12, not even joking. That's the agreement every year. They just alternate who pays it, and they agree that they can do it. So Michigan and Ohio State could do that. I think it would look a hell of a lot better wearing their true colors, maize and blue, scarlet and gray. But I wish Michigan would bring an alternate uniform. They've worn the all blues at home back with the Brady Hoke days. They wore the all maizes. Toss a maize jersey in every once in a while. Toss the blue pants. Maybe it'd be for a bowl game. Potentially could be for a home game, although I don't think the Ohio State game is the game to do it. But I thought those uniforms are pretty sweet. Most of you guys did on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube as we put it out on Tuesday or Wednesday. So thanks for the question, Brandon. Coming up, Braider357, is the staff working on anything special for Ohio State? It's tough to tell with Jim Harbaugh. I wish Jim Harbaugh would put more emphasis on the Ohio State game verbally, in the press, in the public. I don't necessarily like how Ohio State, and I went to the Ohio State-Michigan game last year in Columbus. A couple things to take away from that. One, people weren't bad at all. I think they get a bad rep out there. A lot of people just want to make things up, like people get assaulted left and right. People were pretty cordial. Maybe they just, were taking pity on me. I don't know. Even though Michigan was favored going into the game. But number two is, it's a real thing. They get up for Michigan. They care about Michigan a lot more than Michigan fans seem to care about Ohio State, even going back 30 years when Michigan was dominating the rivalry. So the Michigan defense, it's going to have to show up because I don't have enough trust in the Michigan offense and what they performed this year to outscore, to get in a shootout, which would have became last year, and Michigan couldn't even come close to keeping up. Michigan's defense is going to have to shut down Justin Fields, J.K. Dobbins, Master T, and a bevy of 6'1", 195-pound burner wide receivers all over the field. And if you're going to do that, you're going to have a chance. But this Ohio State offense is a juggernaut, and they've also added maybe the best defense in the country with, frankly, a guy in Greg Madison who many of you were like, good, get Greg Madison out of there. Michigan's defensive line coach, former defensive coordinator. People thought bad hire by Ryan Day. The results are proving there. So I don't know if they're putting anything for Ohio State. I would say you better freaking start Jim Harbaugh, because if Michigan loses in the caliber to Ohio State they did this year, I just don't want to be a part of the environment that boos the team and the coaches the entire second half when you're down by 40 points to this Ohio State team. Because this Ohio State team, folks, I'm scared, right? Like, I am terrified that they are just going to have such motivation year one under Ryan Day and how serious they take Michigan, how they don't even say the word Michigan, how they cross off M's, all that different stuff. I'm terrified that Michigan's going to get 70 points dropped on them. I'm not joking here. I hope for the best, but if Jim Harbaugh is not putting things into the playbook right now to get ready for Ohio State, you got 15 days, pal. You better start doing it. And you guys have, let's do quick math, 40 days until Christmas. So we, a new special feature of the show, are scouring the internet for the best deals out there, so you guys can make sure you get some sale items to buy something for yourself, little hook yourself up, or for a loved one or family member. This Michigan football jacket, the most popular one, we put this on the show yesterday. A bunch of you guys bought this bad boy, $38.99, 40% off. Awesome jacket. You can go ahead, chatsports.com/blue1. I want to make sure, we don't want to put these long URLs on there. It'll redirect you right to the page to buy. Next one up, buy one for your lady or a lady watching, want to hook yourself up. The Ladies Fleece Big Time Block M hoodie. I love this one. I might buy my wife one of these for Christmas myself. 40% off, chatsports.com/blue. And then this one, I like a lot. I think this is a great deal. If you're balling on a budget, want to have an awesome Michigan shirt for the holiday season, or buy one of your friends, coworkers, a Michigan fan, hey guys, coworkers, Chat Sports production team, you guys want to buy me a Christmas present? This is the t-shirt to do it right here. Big Time Block M, only $17.99. Chatsports.com/blue3 will redirect it. I think it was Boss's Day last Thursday. Nobody got me anything, so kind of people we dealing with here. Nevertheless, chatsports.com/blue3, the holiday sale. We are letting you guys know where to get the best deals. Don't pay full price like a schmuck, okay? Get something cheap. Take advantage of the big corporations who are making their huge profits off of the hardworking folks that just support the Michigan football team. All right, question coming in from Samaj, and I normally wouldn't have put this question in the show because, come on, let's be real, look at the question, but I realized it's James backwards is his username, so I thought I'd give him a chance to be on the show because I like his name. What are the chances Shea stays for a fifth year? Well, there's 0 chances, right? We'll toss Shea Patterson's stats up this season. Shea Patterson's a senior. He's not one of these fake seniors like Michigan puts on their roster sometime. He's a real senior. Sometimes Michigan will put redshirt juniors as seniors and seniors as fifth. I know it can be confusing, so don't want to make fun of you or anything like that, James backwards. But he is not able to stay next year. He is a true senior. He has 0 eligibility left after this season. So no Shea Patterson after the 2019 season. Joe McCaffrey, Cade McNamara, Joe Milton might be your starting quarterback next year. Predict the score, guys. Number 15, Michigan. Number unranked, Michigan State. First one to predict the score, $25 from me to you. I'm taking money right out of my pocket, send it to you guys. All you got to do is get in the comments. Make sure I can go to the game with 250 comments. Don't forget that bad boy. Just remember, guys like Sam Webb and the Detroit Free Press, that's big-time media. They're just taking their marching orders from Harbaugh. They're not giving you $25. I'm just a regular guy. That's why you like me. I put my $300 jeans on one leg at a time, just like you do. I drive my son to his elite Spanish immersion preschool in a used car, okay? So I drive him in my used Porsche, no big deal. $25 from me to you. Heavy sarcasm, guys, just kidding there. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. Michigan Football Report channel gets to 6,000 subscribers. And while you're waiting, I'm going to put my no turnover chain on to give the team some luck. I got some more Michigan football videos for you right here. Go Blue.